Hello everybody, my name is Viggo Peterson. I'm planning on driving half around the world to start my master's degree in Japan. I've always wanted to study abroad, but since most of my studies were during Corona, I never really had the option to. So now, I've applied to a university in Japan, and I want to just hop on my bike and drive there. I'll be driving from Denmark to India, and then shipping the bike the rest of the way. As you can see, my bike is fairly packed with stuff. This is an older Suzuki GS 500, and hopefully it'll get me all the way there. And I hope you guys will follow along. Today's the day. I woke up this morning and it's just about freezing temperatures. It's a little cold, but I'm still super excited. I'm just waiting for two of my friends to get here. Two of my friends decided to hop in their car and drive with me to Hamburg. So we're gonna stay in Hamburg for a few days, get a nice hotel, hang out. And they're gonna be with me for the first tiny leg of this very long journey. I intended on making my first video before my trip started, as a trailer for what's to come. But so much went wrong in a few weeks before my trip. Firstly, I had my bike looked over at the mechanic, and he found that one of the parts holding on my suspension was completely snapped, and I had to get that fixed before I could leave. Secondly, I tried to move my address to my mom's place temporarily before my trip, but I wasn't able to for some reason. And I had to go talk to the housing department, and then I had to talk to my insurance for the 7th time in a month. Because if you don't have an address in Denmark, then you can't have insurance. And if I don't have insurance, then I can't legally drive my bike. On top of that, I just had a ton of other smaller issues that I had to get fixed before I left. So it turns out just leaving your house or your apartment and traveling the world on a motorcycle is a little bit complicated. Who would have thought? On that note, I'm actually in a hostel right now in the middle of Germany, just a bit south of Hanover. I'm on my way to Munich to pick up something called the Carnet de Passage, which is basically a passport for my motorcycle, and I needed to get into some of the countries like Iran, Pakistan, and India. I've also already passed Hamburg. I spent the weekend there with my friends, but there wasn't really much content to record since we were mostly just chatting and drinking a lot of beers, since it's gonna be a while since I see them again. We did go to something called the Miniature Wonderland, which was really cool. And we went climbing in a bouldering gym, which was quite fun. Another thing that happened just before I left for this trip was that I found out I couldn't apply for Osaka University as I had planned to. The reason for this is because the only professor at the university who had knowledge in my field of research wasn't available to be a research advisor. And unfortunately, the application period for universities in Japan fell at the exact moment I was leaving for this trip, so I didn't even have time to make a new research plan to apply. So as it stands right now, the only university I've actually applied for is Aizu University. And luckily I got to hand it in person when I visited Japan last year. It was way before the application period, so I'm glad that they accepted it. Unfortunately, because the application periods in Japan are ending right as I'm leaving for the trip, I don't actually know if I've been accepted yet, and I won't know for about 2 months. This might really stress some of you guys out just hearing about it, but I'm not really that worried about it. The thing is, if I don't get accepted, then I have plenty of other options. I can work for a while I apply for the universities again next semester, or I can continue traveling. I don't really care too much because worst case, I'll have to wait half a year to try to apply again. And depending on how much money I spend on this trip, maybe I'll just continue traveling. I don't really know. And I don't really want to spend this time stressing about what I'm going to be doing in half a year. I just want to enjoy my trip, and whatever happens, happens. Hey guys, it's 11 o'clock the next day. I just checked out of my hotel, got my bike packed up again, and I'm gonna go find some breakfast and then head towards Munich. Hey guys, yesterday I visited a mechanic because I could see that my tires and chain were pretty worn out, so instead of changing them in Croatia, I'm just going to change them here in Munich. And I called them this morning, they've ordered the tires, and I have to drive my bike there tomorrow and they'll fix it. I'm currently outside of the ADAC head offices, as you can see here, to pick up my Carnet de Passage. So bike is almost ready, I have all the documents, and pretty much good to go on my trip. Getting here to Munich has been a bit of a drive. I've driven over 1,000 kilometers in the last couple of days, mostly avoiding highways. There was a lot of smaller roads and mountain roads and stuff. It's a lot more fun. It was a bit of a speed run, actually getting to Munich. So yeah, after this I can kind of relax. It's gonna be nice. Alright, that was actually really easy. Got my Carnet de Passage, took like 5 or 10 minutes in there just talking to them, checking all the information, and yeah, I'm pretty much good to go. So I guess back to the hotel and chill for a bit. I just dropped off my motorcycle with this mechanic here. They had really good reviews, they were super friendly and very helpful. I'm having my front and back tire changed, and the chain sprocket set changed as well. And then there was a loose hose, so I'll have that fixed as well. For now, I just got to figure out how to get home, because the mechanic is kind of far from the center, so I guess I'll figure out how to take a bus or something. I'm on my way to the BMW Museum here in Munich. I had to change rooms in my hotel, so I had to check out and then check in later again, which means there's a couple hours I can't be there, at least not in my room. I locked up my stuff in the lockers, and I'm just out here exploring the city and then yeah, going around. The weather is really nice right now. It's supposed to be like 14 degrees, I think. But whenever the sun is out, it's actually really nice and warm. And I still have my motorcycle jacket and my motorcycle boots on, and it's definitely too warm to wear those. Supposedly I can pick up my bike later, which is going to be nice because then I can leave towards Italy tomorrow. I'm so looking forward to that. But for now, I'm just going to head to the museum and see what's there. This is a nice car. Maybe I should take this one instead of my bike. could get used to this. That is a cute, tiny car. Alright, perfect timing. I just got out of the museum. It was really good. And my mechanic just called me that the motorcycle is ready, so I'm gonna go pick it up now. So, the bike is nice and ready, and I guess next up, Italy. So, my hard drive just died. I should have thought about that because this hard drive is like 10, 13 years old. Unfortunately, it had all the backups of my PC at home, and it had my video projects for my YouTube video. So I had to start over. And I've just spent like this entire evening just redoing all the stuff I did the last couple of days. That's really annoying. And with that, thank you for watching. Once I get into Italy, I can finally slow down. I'll have more time to record and go sightseeing. I can spend multiple days in the hotels, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'll see you guys there. Till next time.